Most people who call themselves Christians are not actually living like one. And the scary part? They have no idea. There are levels to this. 7 of them, to be exact. And the higher you go, the fewer people you'll find. Most people are stuck at level 1 or 2 their whole life, thinking they've already made it. So where are you on this list? Stay until the end, because level 7 will completely change how you see your faith. Level 1, the label Christian. Level 1 is the most common. This is the person who calls themselves a Christian. Because their parents were Christian, because they were baptized as a baby, because they check Christian on a form. But ask them about their faith on a regular Tuesday. Nothing. No prayer, no Bible, no relationship with God. They wear the name like a jersey, but they never play the game. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Jesus himself said, "Not everyone who calls me Lord will enter the kingdom." That's not a judgment. That's a warning. Level 1 is where most people stay, because it costs nothing. And that's exactly the problem. Level 2, the Sunday Christian. Level 2 is a step up. This person actually goes to church. They sing the songs. They bow their head. They say amen at the right time. But the moment they walk out that door, same gossip, same habits, same life. Sunday, faith. Monday, reality. Zero connection between the two. Here's the thing about level 2. It feels like enough. Church feels like checking a box. I showed up. God should be happy. But Christianity was never meant to be a weekly appointment. It was meant to be a daily relationship. Level 2. Christians know about God. They just don't actually know God. There's a massive difference. Level 3. The rule follower. Now, level 3 is interesting. This person is serious about their faith. They read the Bible. They follow the rules. No drinking, no cursing, no bad movies. Strict, disciplined, committed. But something is missing. Their faith is built on fear, not love. They follow God like an employee follows a strict boss. Not because they want to, because they're afraid of what happens if they don't. There's no joy, no warmth, no relationship, just rules. Jesus had a word for people like this. He called them Pharisees, the most religious people of their time, and they missed Jesus completely. Following rules without love is just religion, and religion without love is empty. Level 4, the seeker. Level 4 is where something changes inside. This is the person who stops going through the motions and starts actually asking, who is God, really? What does he actually want from me? Is this real? Is this true? They start seeking, not because someone told them to, because they genuinely want to know. This is dangerous territory in the best possible way. Because when you actually start seeking, you start finding. Jesus said, "Seek and you will find." He didn't say maybe. He said will. The seeker reads the Bible not to finish a chapter, but to hear something. They pray not because it's scheduled, but because they actually want to talk to God. Level 4 is the turning point. Most people never reach it, but the ones who do, they never go back. Level 5, the believer who acts. Level 5 is where faith grows legs. This person doesn't just believe in Jesus. They live like Jesus. They serve people. They give generously. They forgive quickly. Not for likes. Not for applause. Not to look holy. Just because it's right. James said it plainly. Faith without works is dead. A tree is known by its fruit. You can't say you love God and treat people like trash. You can't claim you follow Jesus and never sacrifice anything. Level 5 Christians make people uncomfortable because their life looks different. They're not perfect, but they're consistent. And people notice. Level 6. The surrendered Christian. This is where things get hard. Level 6 is the person who has fully surrendered, not just their Sunday mornings, not just their bad habits, their whole life, their plans, their dreams, their timeline. They've said, God, not my will, yours, and meant it. This is rare, because surrender goes against everything the world teaches us. The world says, chase your dreams, control your future, trust yourself. Surrender says, trust God, even when it doesn't make sense. And the crazy thing? This level brings more peace than any other. Not because life gets easier, but because the weight of control is finally off your shoulders. Level 6. People are calm in chaos, grateful in pain, still in the storm. Not because they're superhuman, but because they've truly given it to God. Level 7. The living testimony. Level 7 is not a title. It's not a position. You don't announce it. You don't chase it. It chooses you through years of real faith. The level 7 Christian is a living testimony. Their life is the sermon. You don't need to hear them preach to feel something. You just have to watch how they treat people when no one's watching, how they respond when life falls apart, how they love without expecting anything back, how they forgive people who don't deserve it, how they stay faithful when staying faithful makes no sense. These are the people who change rooms when they walk in. Not because they're loud, because they carry something real. Paul was one, Mother Teresa was one. Maybe you know one personally. And here's what they all have in common. They're not trying to be holy. They're just deeply, genuinely in love with God. That's it. That's the whole secret. So here's the real question. Not, which level are you? But, which level do you want to be? Because levels 1, 2, and 3 are comfortable. They cost you nothing, and they give you nothing real either. But levels 4, 5, 6, 7, those require something from you. Honesty, humility, surrender, time. But what you get back can't be compared to anything this world offers. Here's what I want you to remember. This isn't about being perfect. Every single person on this list, level 1 to level 7, is still imperfect. The difference isn't perfection. The difference is direction. Are you moving closer to God, or are you standing still? Because God doesn't need you to be at level 7 today. He just needs you to take one step forward from wherever you are. That one step, that's what real Christianity looks like. Not a title, not a building, not a list of rules. A daily choice to move forward. So wherever you are today, start there and keep going. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Which level are you? Comment below. No